Today we will go to watch the performance of the flag raising ceremony. On this border, the flag raising ceremony does not only showcase China's national image, but also show the spirit of the soldiers. And you see some friends are already gathering here. And those people wearing the black t-shirts are veterans. They witnessed the development of this port because they used to work here. And there has been tremendous change in this area, including the frontier inspection, people's livelihood, etc. So today, we will conduct some interview with local people and veterans. And now let's wait for the flag raising ceremony. They must be very impressed because they used to serve here. I want to tell our viewers that this port is among the earliest in China to have the flag raising ceremony. At the beginning, there were only 3 to 5 soldiers in the team. And later on, because there were more and more diplomatic connection between China and Vietnam, so there were more flag raising ceremonies. Simply last year, there were more than 150 diplomatic events between China and Vietnam here, so the guards of honor here participated in those events. And now the team has about 40 members. But this is different from the one at the Tiananmen Square, because this team is formed of the frontier soldiers. And they are the volunteers like drivers and the customs inspector and chef. Apart from their daily work, they spend time on training and practicing in order to showcase this flag raising and China's image of the soldiers. And every morning they come here on time. And now you can see the family members of the veterans are also gathering here. And they are quietly waiting for that moment. And now we can hear the voice of the steps. Let's wait. Hekou Port is the border between China and Vietnam. Every day, between 18,000 to 20,000 person times passing this border. It ranks 6th in China and the 2nd in Yunnan Province. After the flag raising ceremony, we will talk with the veteran and ask about the tremendous change here. Because now this place is very crowded. Here they are. Okay, that's the end of the flag raising ceremony. And they will leave the field. Because all of these flag raisers all have their own work. And before 8 o'clock, they need to prepare for the daily work. So you see, they are really in a rush every day because they have their own work and they need to join the flag raising ceremony. And now the flag raising ceremony is finished and the commander-in-chief will talk to the soldiers. Mr. Nian is from a local channel. He has been working in Hekou channel for 12 years. And he often comes here to communicate with the guards of honor here. Yes, let's don't disturb them. In the past, this was a class of national flag, and later on, it's the team. The scrutiny is very strict. They need to go to Beijing and learn from the national flag raising team. Dates back to 2012. After the establishment of these guards of honor, it has improved the strength and the spirit of the soldiers. In the past, only during festivals there will be flag raising ceremony, and later on it has transformed to the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. As you know, the lowest latitude in Yunnan Province is 70 meters. That's a good platform. And you also mentioned the border. That's a master place for the tourists. You see this very handsome soldier. How long have you served here? I've been served here for 2 years. Please introduce yourself to our viewers. I'm from the political department of the Frontier Inspection Center. I came here in 2016. You see, apart from the serving soldiers, there are also veterans. And later on, we will also interview the veterans. I know that you shoot a video that's on their training. At the earlier time, there was so difficult because there is a lack of condition and support. Yes, we reported that. We reported about their hard working life because at that time there were no good conditions and you need to manually raise the flag up. So once the national anthem starts, it all requires your daily training and experience. During this process, because you are faced with various people and both tourists from China and abroad, you need to stay very calm. We interviewed one veteran named Lei Qigui. He is very skillful because he has 13 years on flag raising, so he has the very precise time. So the Guards of Honor here has become the brand and the name card of Hekou. Now they have another ceremony. So what is that? Now, all the soldiers will pay tribute to all the veterans who've been serving here. There are more than 100 veterans voluntarily come here on this China's Army Day. They want to come back to see the place where they fight and work for. Let's follow them. I believe there are many veterans watching our program. Maybe they are now also watching this, and they can see this scene. On our left hand are the veterans. On our right hand are the actively served soldiers. "66 years history witnessed the development and the improvement of Hekou Port. It also witnessed the beautiful gate of China at Hekou. Today, we are encountering the challenge of reform. Generations of the frontier soldiers served and devoted to their work. And this will be passed, will be generated. And we will proceed with this spirit. We will remain this spirit and remain a red heart and to support our Central Party. We are convinced China will has a more prospective future. Now let's pay tribute to the veterans who have devoted and served to the border area. They devoted their youth to China's frontier work. Just now, the current soldiers paid tribute to the veterans. And now we can interview those veterans. They come here voluntarily. Yes, this is all organized by our commander, Mr. Zhang. We guess that veterans are full of stories, so we want to interview them. We heard that some of them serve in the army since 1978, so we really want them to share their experience in the army. Can you introduce yourself? I joined this frontier station in 1991, and now I'm the deputy director in this station. they have been devoted to this inspection station. And now let's invite the former director to introduce to our viewers. So while you are speaking to these veterans, we are doing the live streaming. Dear veterans and comrades in arms, today we solemnly celebrating the 91st anniversary of People's Liberation Army. We are so honored and happy to join this flag-raising ceremony. So hereby, I want to recall our time. Back then, the condition was so severe, but now we have visited this port. The conditions are improved, and it is more convenient. And we can also learn from these experiences. So hereby, I also want to offer suggestions. That is to uphold the honorary spirit and tradition of the Army and continue building a more bright future. Can I talk with them? So who is the oldest one? Can you introduce to us? These three are the oldest. When did you come here? He was the deputy commander back to 70s. So you really witnessed the whole development process of the frontier station. But have you been back? Yes, I come back often. Do you have any experience to share with us? Over the past decades, the Hekou Entry and Exit Inspection Center upholds and generates the spirit. As you worked here, do you still have the memory of the previous environment back to 1970s? Back then, here is the sand, and there were banana trees. And after 1989, they changed and transformed the river to highland. And in 1990s, this building was constructed. So after this building's construction, the development is fast. Yes. In details, the development at the inspection center can date back to the construction of the bridge. Because if people want to pass the border, they need to walk on that bridge. And later on, there were roads, and there was another bridge constructed here. Because there are more and more people passing the border, so it's overloaded. So there were more infrastructure like the bridges and roads. Thank you very much. Can you introduce yourself? I joined the army in 1972. When I came here, the condition was so harsh and severe. The port used to be at that railway bridge, And later on, with China's development, we built the Northern Bridge. So comparing to our time, the conditions improved greatly. So do you still remember your working condition? And here is a full of sand land, and there was no inspection building. So how and where did you work for the inspection? The conditions were so harsh. The people will pass the border through the railway bridge. We had the working area, but there is no fan. So every day we were non-stop sweating. Later on, there was one fan at the working area, but there was only one, so you can imagine how harsh the work is. All of the soldiers were sweating because we wear belts. Just after 1 hour, all the clothes are wet. Even today, we can sense it's hot because here is of the hot season is the tropical area. And the latitude here is low, but the requirements are very strict. The conditions are harsh. So, just like I said, back then there was no fan. We really appreciate your work. We really appreciate your devotion to China's frontier work. So, who is him? She was among the first batch of the soldiers back to 1992. Hello, I joined the army in 1992. That's just after the recovery of this inspection center. I was so excited and happy, and today I'm also very happy to come back and watch the flag raising. Firstly, I really want to thank the leaders here who receive us enthusiastically. And I also want to thank the veterans who joined the preparation. So I understand that you joined this army when the border passing was just recovered. Yes, what impressed me the most is at that time there were only more than 1,000 person times passing the border, but now it's more than 10,000. And secondly, the tremendous change is underway. The traditional bridge now is transformed to 2 bridges and 3 stations. I heard that there used to be the slopes on the bridge, so the conditions were severe. Yes, the infrastructure was poor. But our leaders conquered various difficulties. So I think the spirit of the soldiers in frontier defense are very strong. And today, we are so proud as veterans once we come back. Do you still remember the working condition, the working situation back to 1992? You worked outside. Yes, we only had the simple working station. That's very simple. It was made of bamboo, and there was no air conditioner. There was nothing. We worked here under the strong sunshine. Every day we were sweating. But we were very happy because we devoted our enthusiasm and youth to China's frontier defense. And today I came here. I left the army and I chose to work in local place. But today, because I see this place develops really well, I'm so proud. I'm so proud because I used to be one of them. And this is my second hometown. I wish my second hometown, I wish Hekou Port has a more bright future. Yes, I think you will be proud of all the veterans and soldiers. And now it's almost 8. They will start working soon because the people will pass the border soon. And now let's go to the border area. And we can see tourists and the local residents. They come here on this China's Army Day and watch the flag-raising ceremony. Now the port is open. Vietnamese will pass this border. And maybe they know today is China's Army Day. I want to ask why they rush every day, why they run to this port every day. Because many of them are vendors, and in Hekou County, 94% of the land area are mountains, so there is lack of products, and many of the vegetables are also from Vietnam. And you see why they are running so quick. That is to dominate in the agriculture market. If you arrive in the market earlier, you will start trading earlier. And after the daily sales, they will also buy some things in the market, like the toys. You see, they are running because their speed will decide their daily trading volume. They want to work in Chinese market. You see, these people are walking slowly because they are working here. They don't need to sell their products. So we separated two ways. For those who are selling products, they will walk on the right channel, and for those who will be working in the market, they will walk in the left channel. Let's leave space for them. They sometimes use some convenient tools and baskets to load more vegetables and products. See, this is also really hard because every day they need to carry the heavy baskets and pass the port. As I mentioned, 94% of the area in Hekou are mountains, but we have an urgent need for the vegetables and food because Hekou has a very good food industry. And we have many restaurants. So we have 3 channels for the vegetables and food. The first one is to plant it by ourselves, and the second one is to buy in the markets. And the third is highland characteristics that in Yuxi and some other cities, they will transport their agricultural products here. So you can see as China is developing, China's products also are sold in Vietnam. And now we can see these traditional bicycles from Vietnam. Yes, these are transformed so that to carry the heavy products, which can carry as many as 1 to 2 tons products. They transformed these bicycles. So one person will control the direction at front. Because it is too heavy, it cannot be stopped actually. So you see, sometimes they need to stop for a while, or rather, these heavy vehicles are so hard to stop.
到了口岸以后，它实际上人流分了2边，左边是联检中心，这边是属于没有带货的这些人，他们进行一个通关。大家都往那边走。And
now we can see people are divided into 2 groups. One is without products.
包括蔬菜啊。
One group is with products. And that's mainly fruits and vegetables.
看这个穿白衣服的这个，实际上是这个卫生检疫卫生检疫检疫。对我们也可以问问他们哈。
And do you see the person wearing the white T-shirt? He is for the hygiene inspection. Can we interview them? Yes, he's mainly for like the insects, the pests. Firstly, they will inspect on naked eyes, and we have a coordinated team. They also use the leaves to pack their vegetables. This is very popular in the market because in Hekou there is a limited quantity of this kind of vegetable, but you can eat the fresh vegetable in the restaurants or in the market. So actually, these people enrich the vegetable basket of Hekou. Can you speak Chinese? What do you sell? She will buy. She will sell the
您这么一大筐的
vegetables.
话，大概什么时候能卖完呢？
When can you sell out all of these?
10点到12点。
10点12点。
哎，对。
那这很快嘛，现在是8点多。他如果要是到菜市场，
About 10 to 12.
8点半之后了，是吧？
They will arrive at the market at 8:30.
小农贸市场。那么小农贸市场的这个交易量
But there are 2
大农贸市场
agriculture
呢，主要是针对于餐
markets.
馆啊，还有周边的这个居民的批发，那个量
The
就很大
trading
一些。
volume in the smaller one
对，南瓜尖
is
都能闻到它这种
less.
清香。你可以问他是到大农贸市场还
And
是小农贸市场？
Are the leaves of the pumpkin?
啊？他大农贸市场还
Do
是
you
小农
go
贸市
to the bigger market or the smaller one?
场？孔别着呀。他不太清楚。
其实你看我们这边啊，这个越南的边民他们
She doesn't know about the
这
difference.
种大的这种斗笠。
斗笠对，它是用那个椰树的
I find
椰树来做
Their
的，而且
clothes
经过
are
烤制
also
烘
very
干的。
unique.
那么它这个防雨防晒的效果比较好。那么还有一个裹着头巾的这个呢
Yes,
是越
this
南
hat
当地的
is
这
made
个
of
沙族
coconut palm,
啊，对，沙
a
族呢
coconut
是藏
tree,
族的一个分支。
and
啊，
it
对，所以
can
呢，他们
prevent the
是讲民
sunshine,
族话，他还是
and
听得
it
懂
is
的。
waterproof. So if you speak in the minority groups dialect, they can understand
他
that.
们越南边民他们的蔬菜水果为主，而这边我们可以看到哈，我们的这位姑娘啊，这一车可不
These,
不
that is the entrance.
都不清。刚才看是水果是吧？都有石榴，还有
This must be very heavy.
那个是什么？对。
And you
实际上我们之
see
前之
there are
前我们也了
fruits
解一下，实际上就是中越
mango
边民他们的这种边民护士，实际上还是非常
and
因为越南那边
pomegranate.
它主要是一些热带的水果和农作物，而中国这边
Actually, we heard that there is a high complementarity between China and Vietnam here.
还有橙。
China mainly sells
包括
apples
像我们这个高原特
and
色的这个蔬菜啊，
the granada
像这
and
个
orange to
南瓜
Vietnam. We
还
also
有
sell
这个
vegetables
莴笋
there,
还有西红柿，
like
都很
pumpkins
受欢迎。
好的。不过你看这个它有点
and also the tomatoes.
确实，其实他们也非常辛苦啊，为了多赚一点钱。
You see, this is so hard to be controlled. I think they work really hard. You see, in order to make more money, they will carry more goods.
体量的一个货。
You see, she is so tiny, but she is carrying so heavy the goods,
其实之前我们也看到了，他们实际上也非常的
and they help each other.
这种精神也很不错。万一有谁的这个货出现点问题，他们会马上去搭把手。
In the past, we saw some interactions that if one needs help, the other people will help them. Yes.
那我希望第3代人、第4代人去读书。所以你看到的这个
The first and the second generations of people will work hard to sell products, but the third and the fourth generations will need to study hard. So you see, these people are mainly senior and elderly because the youngsters need to go to school.
这个地方就是没有带货的这些人，他们一般走的是这个通道。
And here is the coordinated inspection center. People without goods and products will go through this place.
可以看到，他们得先经过海关，然后呢到边检。刚才呢，我们的那个老师也已经介绍了，这个
Firstly, they will go through the customs and then the frontier inspection. Hekou Port is the second largest in Yunnan Province and the sixth largest in China. So every day, there are 18,000 to 20,000 person times passing this border. So how to guarantee the quick pass? Let's have a look. They are in S shape, so that to prevent the crowded situation. In fact, the passing, customs passing is very quick.
对，他们是归来的，就是比如说长线有去河内、下龙湾或者去西贡，那么他们归来从河口入境，那么搭乘今天的
Maybe
这
they've
个火车
traveled to
就可以直接
Vietnam
到昆明了，然后是非常的这个方便。
And if they take today's train, they can arrive at Kunming. And now let's invite another guest, Liu Dahe, from the commanding center of this port. I've been working here for 16 years. I'm mainly for the port inspection, and now I'm working in the army unit. Mr. Liu is a very senior translator. He is very good at Vietnamese. Just now we watched the flag raising ceremony. We were so moved, and we also interviewed some veterans. Can you also introduce your experience? Yes, over the past years, Hekou Port witnessed the tremendous changes. In the past, there were only 3 to 5 manual passing routes, but now there are more than 10, and some of them are automatic. Just now we watched the manual checking route. Yes, but now we have 2 ways. We have 6 of the entry and 6 of the exit routes. So comparing to the past, because there are about 20,000 person times every day, with these quick passing channels, it will offer great convenience to the people. Yes, there are about 34% channels are automatic. After the launching of this automatic passing route, we have entered the second time, because it takes only 5 to 8 seconds for you to pass the border. And the tourists can choose the ways by themselves. Like you can choose whether to pass the manual channel or this automatic channel. We fully respect the wish and the willingness of the residents. So everyone can register for this, right? Now it's mainly for 2 types of persons. The first is the frontier residents of China, and the second kind is the people who are frequently doing the cross-border trading.
在这边工作到现在，您觉得，比如说我们两国的边民，他们身上有没有发生一些？
Can you share with us about the changes on the people? In my opinion, for example, more than 10 years ago, many of the Vietnamese didn't wear shoes. But now with the Belt and Road Initiative and the improved relations between China and Vietnam, and also the improved trading situation, both people's livelihood improved greatly. That's what impressed me the most. So you mean in the past they had no shoes? They didn't even wearing the slippers. Yes, especially those laborers. They couldn't afford the slippers. But now things are totally different. And now they have the leather shoes, some of them even wearing the suits. And now I think from our eyes, it is hard to tell whether they are Vietnamese or Chinese. And you see this is really quick. Yes, because our station really worked hard on this. We devoted a lot. And with the support of our party committee, we now have 16 channels for the customs. But in the past, there were only 4. These changes are also gradual. From the 3 to 4 channels to 10 channels and then to 16 channels. This takes time. Can you introduce to us what they will be doing after passing the channel? Now is the peak time in the morning. The people who now enters Vietnam or enters China, mainly for working or for buying goods. Some of them are vendors. And the third category are the tourists. Or some of them will need to take cars to Kunming, to Dali. So in the morning peak time, these are the main persons. But in the afternoon, the people will be different. Yes, in the afternoon, most of them are the large travel groups or some bosses. So from this from these frequent changes, we can see the tremendous change in Hekou Port. Yes, here is also a showcase of the China-Vietnam relations. In 2016, there were only 3.1 million, but in 17, the person times surpassed 4 million, and it is expected that next year it will surpass 6 million person times. And for the vehicles passing this border, also improved greatly. Today we are so happy and honored to listen to you and your colleagues. And we watched the flag raising ceremony and the crowded situation. Thank you very much and happy Army's Day. That's the end of today's special live streaming, and I would like to wish all the viewers, the veterans and soldiers, happy festival.